Good morning, everybody who's going to join us for today's Can Have an Immigration Live information session. If you have any question related to Canadian immigration, general questions, you can type it on the chat. Specific questions are a little bit hard and time consuming to answer when you are asking for particular cases because then you need a little bit more information and more dig into the file and folders to check what's your status. So, but general speaking, we'll be answering a lot of questions. If you have anything to ask, you can type it. Again, my name is Jimmy. I'm from Can Have an Immigration Canada. We are in immigration field since 2013, and all our directors are member of ICCRC in a good standing. So, if you guys have any question for Canadian immigration at this moment, you can type it. Otherwise, we'll start out normally with the updates. They are regular updates. We're getting from IRCC in terms of what's going on in the field of immigration and whatever uh, the government is changing, the policy changes, if there are new rules or regulations are coming. So that'll be all in today's session. Yes, again, my name is Jimmy, and good morning to all of you, whoever is joining at this moment. And since 2013, we have helped thousands of clients at this moment, whether they are individual clients, companies for hiring foreign workers, or for getting their LMIAs approved in any case, like refugees, asylum seeker, work permits, study permits. So anything you guys need it, we are licensed immigration consultancy here. Our home office is in Alberta, and we're licensed to get services or giving the services all over Canada. So next, first caller or the viewer we have is Jay Kumar Palani. Can you get LMIA? I'm an electrician, 36-year-old. That possible to get PR, or can I get study visa, which is yes, LMIA is also possible in your case. Yeah, not a problem. But if you can get 6 bands overall in each module of IELTS academics, yes, you will be able to get study visa. That's not a problem. So to get a PR, again, it depends upon what is your category and what kind of LMIA you are getting. So PR is possible both ways through your LMIA as well as from your study permit. Your study permit is a little bit uh, longer, but it's a short way that definitely if you follow the path and all the rules and regulation, definitely you'll be able to get your PR after your study permit. And once you get your study permit, you'll be eligible to get your postgrad work permit. So I'll also be discussing today. There are certain changes government has done in terms of spousal open work permit applications. So they are very uh, tedious now, and there are certain things they were used to go before early, like anybody can get the spousal open work permit. Those things are going to be closed. There were quite a few loopholes in the system, so government is taking all those things down. I'll be definitely discussing with you also. uh, Again, for the first update that we have got, uh, under the express entry draw, government of Canada again hold 3 PNP draws in a row. So from last couple of weeks, they have done one after another, but they're all for the PNP candidate who have received the PNP, and they are the only one who are eligible under the express entry as of now. As you guys all know, since last year, mostly the draws are under CEC or under the PNP categories only. The next update is from the Employment Status Statistics Canada. So, according to Statistics Canada, certain areas in Canada they have regained the pre-pandemic level in employment. So they are saying, according to Canadian economy, they have gained 150,000 plus jobs last month only. This is also because the holiday season is coming, and lots of employer are hiring either their full time work permit, full time employees, part time employees, contract employees. All those things matter. So everything under these 157,000 plus jobs, they're from all over the employers, because of, as I mentioned, holiday season is here. So in next this month, next couple of months, so it'll be all, you'll be going to see the level of employment is going up, because everybody need employees to get their job or their working factories, offices to run smoothly. Another update that we got from RCC is the category for parents and grandparents, the sponsorship draw that has been closed now. If you have got the invitation, you have 60 days to send the complete application for your parents and grandparents. And that was for all of those who were qualified under the LICO rule, like the lowest income cutoff. If you have that one, if you are in Canada from last 3 years as a PR, and you file your taxes on time, and those are all those things matter into that. So that one was easy. So they have given 30,000 plus invitation in this year for parents and grandparents application. um, the next update we got from IRCC, from the British Columbia PNP program, they have invited over 400 workers, the candidates who are on work permit, the international graduates, entrepreneurs in their latest PNP stream. So let's go into detail about this draw, whatever they have done. So BC has already issued above 10,000 invitation for the year of 2021. As we were mentioning, the other streams are down at this moment. If we look at the skilled worker draws for express entry, so the government is giving some leeway for for the provincial governments to uh, give more and more PNPs invitations to the candidates who are already here in Canada, uh, so they can also get their permanent residence application, because they have to get the quota done about 350,000 candidates in this year. So we're hoping there will be another draw before end of this year for students who are already here and who have completed their studies and meet the minimum threshold for IELTS and number of work hours. Then there could be another big draw under CEC maybe. For the BC, the latest draw, the minimum score that draw ranges between 69 and 91. 91 obviously for the skilled worker, and 69 for semi-skilled and entry-level categories in the British Columbia PNP program. We got another question from Broke Guy. He said, I want to know, after the advertisement for several months by the employer, suddenly the advertisement withdrawn without mentioning the start date of the employment. Sir, that you have to talk to your employer why they have done it. So I cannot say anything about that one. So that are up to employer if they still want to hire, and there are certain uh, minimum threshold for the advertisements also. If they have already met it, they can withdraw their advertisement, but there are certain conditions and certain we can say the certain limitation from the Service Canada that has to be met for the advertisement. So you can simply talk to your employer why they have done it. If they have already gotten the positive LMIA, or they have got the green light from Service Canada, so there I cannot answer why they have done it. So yeah, check with your employer. So they are the only one who can give you the right answer, because I didn't apply your case, so no idea. The another good news is coming for from the border of US and Canada. So the government of US has opening is going to open the land border with US and Canada from the November 8th. So even the non-essential travel will also be allowed now, but the travelers have to meet the certain conditions for whatever the conditions with the US government about the vaccination. You have to have certain vaccination. I think AstraZeneca is, they are not accepting it if you are going from Canada to US, but you have to double because we still have quite a few days till November 8th. Hope this might also get changed before November 8th, but as of now, you have to have both your vaccine. You have to have a proof of your vaccine when you're going through the land border starting November the 8th. So again, whatever the other condition, they will let us know in few days. So we'll update you guys. For it will include for all the essential travelers like truckers, students, and healthcare workers also. So if you are fully vaccinated, you can cross the land and sea border with United States. So if you guys have any question, I'm just giving you the updates for immigration at this moment. If you guys have any other questions about Canadian immigration, you can please continue to type it. I will answer them in the order I will receive it. So if we look at the Alberta PNP draws for last month or so, they have invited another 275 express entry candidates, candidates who have their profile, active profile in express entry candidate, and it's not going to expire in next 4 months. That's the first condition for Alberta PNP to be eligible. And the another condition was they have to have a minimum of 300 CRS score. If you have those two conditions met and other conditions met about job profile and your job offer and all other conditions, you should have got the PNP domination from Alberta government. If we go to the Manitoba PNP program, they have invited another 426 candidates in the last draw. As I was mentioning, like mostly the quota was very low for all the provinces, but at this moment, if you look at Manitoba, they have already given close to 9,000 invitations to the candidates. So if we look at the latest draw, skilled worker within Manitoba, 350 invitation with the minimum score of 446. Skilled worker overseas got 21 invitation with the minimum score of 729, and 55 invitations went to international education stream. As you guys all know, for education stream, if you have done your study in Manitoba, there is no minimum score needed to be eligible under that category. Let's check the other questions we have got so far. How much is the fees for spousal visa processing? Is this for the spousal sponsorship or for the spousal open work permit? There are two different categories, sir. So you can send me a message on WhatsApp. I can send or email me the one I have given on top. I can send you all the detail. Tricia Demolo, so do you have any idea if AIPP processing for PR application is going fast or slow? AIPP applications for the PR is not that fast, or once you are here, the regular processing take around 1.5 year to 2 years. So this is their standard processing time. So if you are under this time period, you are still okay, right? You're still at the regular time processing because this is the average processing time when you are applying for PR application for AIPP or under any of the PNP program. So another good news there was last week we have seen Nova Scotia have given the PNP for 330 express entry candidates. That was on October the 7th. So the good thing was they have selected the candidate with a minimum of the CLB score at least five. So there was only five bands of CLB required. In Nova Scotia PNP. That's why I always tell our clients be proactive. So you never know when the threshold will drop, and if you are in the line, you will definitely get selected. So majority of those ones they have under the Nova Scotia labor market priority stream. Mostly selected candidates were the carpenters with at least 2 years of skilled trade experience and minimum of CLB 5 in English. So this is I'm talking about the second row, and again, the first row that I was talking about the skilled work experience under the express entry stream. So that was only with CLB 5. So those who had already their applications under Nova Scotia PNP, they got selected, they got the invitation now. So they have to send their complete application by November 6th of 2021. If you have got the nomination, check your emails or your portals. If you have got the nomination, so you have till November 6th to submit your complete application with all your related documents. If you can do that, definitely you'll be in the line to get your PR. The next one we got it, Rakesh Patel. Which month of files are being processed for work permit non-essential with positive? Sir, they're taking like at least 35 weeks, so you can check. Yeah, 35 weeks from the date you have submitted your application, the complete application. Once you have submitted your medicals, once you have submitted your biometrics, only then your file is being considered as a complete. And after that, the last week processing time was 35 weeks. So, uh, Trisha, what about AIPP for outline category? How long will PR processing AIPP from outside? I think I don't know which category you have processing, you have sent your application through, right? Because majority of the APP application for PR only goes to go for the permanent when you are here in Canada and when you have started working for the same employer. So yeah, so you have to check because every country processing times are different. So you can go to CAC and simply check your profile over there and check your country and the processing time they will show because it's been changing every week. So you have to continuously keep an eye on that one. But for as far as I am concerned, AIPP PR application goes only when you are here in Canada and start working for the same employer. So that is one of the condition to be met to be eligible under AIPP program. When you have your working on the work permit for an employer, then you have to sign a declaration, and then you can only send your application for your PR. Nisar Hussain, good evening, sir. I came to know through YouTube that we can change visit to work permit and submission date is still February 2022. This from visitor visa to work permit. Yes, you can change your status anytime. Does not. Uh, it doesn't have any like last date or anything like that. This program is open from years and year, and government has no plan to stop this kind of this category at all. So if you are here, you have a valid job offer and employer is ready to support your application, yeah, you're good to go. I don't know who told you that there is a last date for that one, but this one is always there. Yeah. So make sure like when you guys are doing this one, so you have to go through all the paperwork and do some of your homework when you're submitting your application, right? There are a lot of changes, but for converting visitor visa to work permit, there is not like you have to have submitted by this. Yes, there are certain categories The people who are already here and they are changing their work permit, like you're working for one employer during the COVID and pandemic hit their business, they closed down their business, or your job has been gone, or those are the different categories. But if you're not already not here in Canada and you still want to apply for that, that's a totally separate stream. So you can simply apply for that, and there is no last date or nothing like that one. So yeah, I was talking about the spousal open work permit applications. So there are certain changes has been done by the IRCC, Immigration Department of Canada. So if you are planning to come to Canada on study permit, you will be considered as the main applicant or the principal applicant under your file, because you are coming to study in Canada. Once you have fulfilled all those conditions, yes, you can submit an application for your spouse for open work permit. That's called spousal open work permit. If you're looking for spousal sponsorship, that is a totally different criteria. That is not come under that one. So if you're sending your application for spousal open work permit, and you are the principal applicant for the study visa, yes, your spouse can get the open work permit. There are few changes has been done by the IRCC. If you are selecting a course that is not eligible for postgrad work permit, forget about your spousal open work permit. They are not going to issue the spousal open work permit if your course is not related to the postgrad work permit. If your college is not supporting your application, yes, all the colleges who can hire internationally, they have the DLI number. But the DLI number is not a guarantee that the courses that has been offered by the particular institution, they are recognized for the postgrad work permit. And if they are not, you cannot submit an application. You can submit an application, but you will never get approval from now onwards for your spousal open work permit. The other thing, they have done a little bit of change over there. You come to Canada, let's say you come to Canada on any visa, study visa or a work permit. You got an LMIA, you got a work permit, and you also apply for your spouse open work permit, and she or he also got the open work permit. Then you guys are both here. In this condition, if you are the principal applicant before, let's say you got your first work permit under LMIA, then you apply for your spouse. They will be that visa will be considered as a dependent visa, although it's an open work permit, but it's a spousal open work permit. If they come to Canada and by chance you guys think your spousal can be a principal applicant now for the PR application, they have changed that rule. You cannot switch between the principal applicant and the dependent applicant. So again, so they have changed this rule now. So if you are the principal applicant, you come to Canada first and you apply for your spouse on behalf of your visa, and you want, then their visa is approved. They are here on open work permit also, but somehow their points are more, or they are consider they have their eligibility met for the PR, but that person cannot submit an application for PR as a principal applicant. So you will be the principal applicant. They will still be considered as dependent. So these things have been changed. So when you guys are going for study visa, I would like to tell people who are like in our country back home, like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, if you are working with any consultant or agent over there for study visa, and if they are telling you you can go ahead and this thing can be dealt in Canada, so those things are changed. Do your homework. Suggest get any consultant who's recognized or who have a license over there. Please, please, please do not waste your time. It will waste your time back there and over here also. Once you come here, you will have the same trouble, right? You cannot switch the applicant. If your course is not supported by postgrad work permit, you cannot apply for your spousal open work permit also. So these things are new. So make sure you keep those things into consideration when you're submitting your application. So that's why the things are getting very tricky at this moment. Changes are coming like day in and day out. Every day there are certain changes that has been coming. So make sure you guys, if you're filing your case, do your homework or hire a consultant or a lawyer. They know what they are doing. So in that case, yes, you can rely on the uh, current news, current changes in the immigration field, especially for these open work permits and spousal visas and stuff like that. They are getting very hard. And the other news we got it, they are getting very strict when it's coming to spousal open work permit in terms of when we're getting for the student visas, especially from South Asian countries. There are so many cases for fraud. The marriages are not being genuine. Marriages just been done a couple days before the flight, and all those things are coming into play. And they have found so many candidates doing these kind of things, and so they are going to be really strict on those visas. So when you're submitting your application, genuinity should be there and all other conditions should be met. As I mentioned before, your case should be really crystal clear when you're submitting your application. The the genuinity of marriage, like if it's been done a couple days before your flight, so definitely the visa officer will going to think like why there was so much hurry or why it was on the last minute, and those are things are done. So because over here a lot of students are coming forward on the media and all other stuff, and they're saying so many things what's happening back home and how they have reached here. So you should be really careful when you're sending all your application or documents. Next question we got from Inam server. I applied as a non-essential visitor visa for March. I can't get my result. Yeah, uh, results for if you just have been done in March, so you can simply check the last week processing time. I can double check it right now, but the last week processing time was around somewhere between like 30 plus weeks, even for visitor visas from India. Since uh, I can double check here at this moment. If I'm not wrong, Inam server, I hope you have submitted. Can you just tell me which country you have submitted? If not, I'll check with India at this moment. But the times are like as I mentioned before, it's been changing every day. So you guys need to go on CIC, and over there you can check the processing time. Oh, okay. So at this moment, if it's from India, it's almost 200 days right now. Yeah, even from Pakistan, I can check it. Yeah, Pakistan is. I checked that it's really short at this moment because it has been updated as of as of 3 days earlier on 12th. So if you haven't got anything, there must be something with your file. Just send an email to CAC or check with your consultant or lawyer who have submitted your application. Ask them why it hasn't been done so far. So if you send them an email or yes for your inquiry, they definitely get back to you at least in 2 to 3 weeks. They will let you know why there has been delay in your application and what other document if they need anything, because from Pakistan it's only like 3 weeks of processing right now. So just go ahead and check with your consultant, or if you have submitted yourself, send them an email or pick up the phone and ask them what's going on with your application. Sylvia D'Souza applied for study visa at September 21, but January 22 results are being given. IRCC not answering the web form 2. How do we reach IRCC? Applied for study visa for September 21 intake. So also, shall we also check first with your university if they have started the in-person classes? If they not, then IRCC is not like bothering all those applications at this moment where the universities or the colleges are not doing in-person classes. If they have started it, then definitely it's the September intake is already gone, so they must be put you under your January 22 intake, because at maybe at the time when they were going through your application, your university of college haven't given them the notification they are going to start in person learning at their institution. It has been happening with quite a few cases we have done so far. So they have automatically they have adjusted those students for January intake. So, but do get in touch. As I mentioned before, IRCC web form they take like 3, sometime even 4 weeks to answer your inquiries. So do check with your college also or the university also. So that will be the only way. Or if whichever country you are, you can also there are 1-800 numbers for calling to the embassy, and definitely they can help you with that one to let you know why and where is your application is, if there is anything lacking in your application or application is complete, or they are just waiting for the visa officer to make a decision on that one. uh, Nisar Hussain, this also I came to know once I land in Canada and visitor visa and apply for work permit after I get the LMI from. Do I have to do? Sir, no. There is no need for IELTS in work permit until it's a specific, like you're going for healthcare. Certain hospitals definitely need, because you are interacting with all those patients and stuff like that. Definitely nursing field, yes, you need an IELTS. If you are going to it all depends upon employer. If they need an IELTS, yes, you have to do it. But from IRCC there is no such requirement. Even if you look at the study visas, even in study visas, IRCC don't need an IELTS, but it's the institution who has made it mandatory for all the students to get the study. So it all depends upon your alumni. Rehan Afridi, I've applied my tourist visa in March from Australia and I haven't heard anything. Sir, I haven't submit your application. Check your portal or contact IRCC. I can only, if you have specific question for your case related, I can only tell you if I have submitted your application, then definitely we can contact and get the communication done. But otherwise, it's all on your portal or with IRCC. Yeah. Jitendra, a citizen of Nepal, I have given my biometrics from Nepal. It was showing 11 weeks, but now it's showing 30 weeks for processing time. Yeah, they are changing the processing. It depends upon how many applications they are getting. If it's 30 weeks, it'll be 30 weeks, sir. So, yes, that's why I was saying you have to check your processing time almost every other week. They are changing after 2, 3 days. I know certain uh, candidates who have applied, and with the time of submitting our application, the processing was 300 plus days. Now we check it last week, it's only 50 days now. So yeah, so there it goes both ways, up and down. So you definitely you have to keep an eye on that one. uh, Abarazi, I have applied for skilled work visa from Sri Lanka. So did you apply for skilled work visa under the PR program or you have applied for work permit? So yeah, it will be skilled worker for The PR program, yes, definitely it's going to take at least a year or more. But from Sri Lanka, if you have applied for work permit, you can double check here. For Sri Lanka, for work permit is 20 weeks. Yeah, Sanjeev got my ITA in January 2020. Okay, I submit all my documents, medical and biometric. Can you tell me how much time would they take to send email for COPR? From 2020, yes, it's been too long. Yeah, definitely, Jay, it should not take more than a year for, I mean to say, the when you got an IT and you submitted all the, after you have submitted everything, it should take maximum a year for that. Yeah. I'm studying online and updated through web form. Yes, that's the only, that's why I was, that's what the explanation I given you. Yes, if your course is online, so definitely at this moment they are only processing those files which are new, and that has been given the notification by university that they are allowing all the in-person classes at their campus. Plus the other thing was, if you know, like few months back, there was a condition for all the institution to be comply with the provincial health regulations. If your institution hasn't sent that one to IRCC, that could be the another reason why your file has been delayed. So those are few technicalities which can only be answered through your education institution. So if you are under that one, I am pretty hopeful that your institution might not be complying with all the health regulations, whichever province your college or university is. If they are, they should have already been issued you the visa. So yeah, if you guys have any other question, please type it now. Otherwise, we'll wrap up this session now and we'll come back sometime next week. Yeah, for any other, if you have any other question or queries, you can also email us at the top. I given some. I also given my WhatsApp number over there. So again, my name is Jimmy, and we're from Can Have an Immigration. We're helping clients since 2013, and if you guys need any help with any of your application, definitely you can contact us, and we can help you to file your case through RCC and can help you get through your dream visas for Canada. Thank you very much for all of you who have joined us, and we'll keep in touch. Thank you.